Good evening, everyone. This is Robert, RJL 518, welcoming you to an exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1981 Pennant race is on the air. The Pennant race is very simple. It's the final month of the regular season of the month of September and going a little bit into October as we finalize and find out which teams will make the playoffs. In the month of September, I only will play teams that are in the playoff hunt or are pretty much, or absolutely, if I have to play a team that is not in the playoff hunt, the other team must be in order to have has to have a win in order to move on or something like that. This pennant race is going to be done in 3 stages. Stage 1 is going to be from September 1st to September 13th. We will do the 1st, 4th, 7th, 10th, and 13th. Stage 2 will be every other day. Then we do 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25. And then, of course, the final week of the pennant race, 27 to October 5th, which is the final week of that season for 1981. Remember, top 3 teams each division make the playoffs. And there are pretty much already in a couple of divisions, the teams have already been decided, but seedings have not been. So let's take a look at the divisions real quick as we begin the 81 pennant race. Starting in the American League. In the American League, the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. The Red Sox right now at 49-27. The Yankees at 49-28. At this moment, the Red Sox are in first, Yankees second. Detroit is in third at 45-33, and they have a 6-game lead on Cleveland, who's 38 wins to 45 wins. So the Indians are fighting for their playoff lives. Milwaukee, Baltimore, and Toronto are pretty much eliminated. In the American League West, Oakland, California, and Texas are the 3 teams. The A's have a 7-game lead on the Angels to win the division. However, though, it's a logjam here for the remaining 2 spots in this division. Texas, California, the White Sox, and the Royals are still very much alive to get into the playoffs. Minnesota and Seattle are pretty much done. In the National League East has pretty much been decided. Philadelphia, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh will probably be the 3 teams to make it. Montreal and the Mets are both 14 games back of Pittsburgh for third, and the Cubs. Okay, so Philadelphia, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, the question is who will win the division and who will also make the playoffs. The National League West is the biggest logjam of the bunch. 5 of the 6 teams can get into the top 3. At this moment, the Atlanta Braves are in first place, but just barely at 44-32. The Dodgers at 44-33. The Giants at 43-36. The Reds at 42-34. The Astros 42-36. 3 of these teams will make it. 2 will not. The National League West is right now a logjam. So anyone can get in, at least from that division. Let's take a look at tonight's game. Tonight's game is September 1st, 1981. We are at Fulton County Stadium as the Philadelphia Phillies, the 76 world champions, take on the Atlanta Braves. The Phillies come into this game at 43-32, and they are right now in third in the National League East, but just barely only a couple of games out of the division. The Atlanta Braves at 44-32. They are in first place, albeit by a half game, in the National League West. These games are important. These games on the board do matter, of course. Games on the board do count in terms of seeding. I will not use the board record for playoff spots, but I will use the board record for seeding in case there is a overall tie. Woodman 564 joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. It is time to begin the pennant race. Yes, this 1981 season was pretty short due to the strike, but now the games will really come up to matter as we now see who will make the playoffs and who will have to wait for the next season replay. Starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves in this game was Rick Mahler. 8 wins, 6 losses, 2 saves, a 2.80 ERA. We have a very good pitching matchup tonight. So let's get ready and let's get set and let's play some baseball. Leading off for the Phillies, first baseman Pete Rose. Rose had a .325 average, no homers, and 33 RBIs in 81. We are using white, blue, and blue dice for the Braves. They are the home team. White die will be red first. It is all set to play. Let's play the pennant race as it begins now. Mahler a 5-3, and that starts with a home run chance, but we already know Rose has no chance there, so that's an automatic blank. Rose a 5-6, and he leads off with a base hit to right. So Rose will start with a leadoff single. We'll put him in double play depth. Next batter will be right fielder Bake McBride, a nice baseball name. .271 average, 2 homers, 21 RBIs. Rose is at first. Let's see if he's going to do anything. No, McBride will not do anything as well. Mahler with the pitch. 4-3 against the lefty. Walk plus, and then 11 will walk McBride. So the Phillies are already getting off to a pretty good start here early, as they get a single and a walk. Fulton County Stadium only subtracts -1 from strikeouts here in Atlanta. And also, remember, this is September, so September call-ups were made. So during this season, during the pennant race, you may see some players you may never heard of, or some players that you will hear of later. Next up for the Phillies, left fielder Gary Matthews. .301 average, 9 homers, 67 RBIs. Anything happening on the bases? No. Mahler, baby, joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Mahler, a 4-5. That is a blank. Matthews, 5-2. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. Let's see if they turn the double play. 2-0. Remains a 2 because it's grounded to first, and they are at double play depth. Shortstop is Ramirez for the Braves. He has a 0. A 1-2, it's a double play, and they do not get it. Rose will wind up at third. McBride will be thrown out at second, and Matthews will beat the relay, and there is 1 out. The Phillies historically won this game. The Phillies 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. The Braves no runs, 3 hits, and 1 errors. It was a shutout for lefty. 1 man out. Infield still at double play depth. That will bring up third baseman Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt, .316 average, 31 bombs, 91 RBIs, an MVP candidate in 81. So let's see what's happening on the bases. Nothing with the 18. Mahler will make the pitch. 2-2, strikeout 13, and no! Schmidt does have a 13, but -1 makes him a 12. That 13 will be too high. Schmidt, 3-3, and it's a line drive right to short. That's going to be out number 2. Let's see if there's a double play. The only way there'll be a double play is on a 1. And he got it. It's a line drive to short, and a great play made by Ramirez. Throws to first to get Matthews doubled off the bag, and that will retire the side. An L6-3 double play, no runs. A hit for the Phillies as Schmidt lines out, and Rafael Ramirez tosses Matthews out at first, who was way off the bag on the line drive. These games become even more important now that we are in the pennant race. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies, Mr. Lefty Steve Carlton. 13 wins, 4 losses, a 2.42 ERA. He got the call tonight for the Phillies. Bottom of the first, leading off for the Braves, left fielder Rufino Linares, .265 average, 5 homers, 25 RBIs. Let's see what Lefty has in store tonight. a 5-6, strikeout 19 too high. Linares, a 1-5, and against the lefty, base hit right past the second baseman, and that will be a single. A leadoff single for Linares, and he will hold it first. Infield goes to double play depth. Right fielder Claudel Washington is up next. 291 average, 5 homers, 37 RBIs in 81. Not a bad year for him. Anything happening with Linares? That is a 5. No, does not get the jump, and he does not get a hit and run. So Washington will bat normally. Carlton, 6-5 against the lefty. That's going to be an automatic. Out! And it will be a ground ball to short. Let's see if they turn 2, 0, 3. Second base is Trio. He has a 0 arm. A 1-3. It's a double play, and they turn it. 2 outs. Washington grounds out into the 6-4-3. And we go right from there to 2 outs. Next batter, third baseman Bob Horner. 277 average, 15 homers, 42 RBIs. Carlton ready to deal. 1-6, wild pitch, ball 1. 6-5 against a righty. That is a blank. Horner, 6-5, and that's going to be a base hit right past first. Rose couldn't get to it, and that will be a single for Horner. So the double play comes to bite the Braves in the butt a little bit as Horner gets a 2-out single. Next up, first baseman Chris Chambliss. 272 average, 8 homers, 51 RBIs. Horner, anything happening with him? No. Lefty, 1-3 against the lefty, strikeout plus 14, and that will barely get him. It will get him. Chambliss is a 6. A strikeout plus makes him a 16. -1 is 15. That is a 14. He struck him out. And that will retire the side. First strikeout for Carlton. He had 179 of them in 81. No runs, 2 hits for the Braves. No score after 1. 179 strikeouts. I kind of think if the 81 season had gone the distance, he may have flirted with 300. He may have flirted with 300. Top of inning number 2 coming up. Leading off for the Fightin' Phils, second baseman Manny Trio, 287 average, 6 homers, 36 RBIs in 81. Let's see if Mahler's got here. 6-2, strikeout, 16 no. Trio, 3-3, and that's a ground out to first. This was historically a low-scoring game. Center fielder Gary Maddox is up next. 263 average, 5 homers, 40 RBIs in 81. You know the old saying, 3/4 of the earth is covered by water. The last quarter is covered, the rest was covered by Gary Maddox. Hence that range of a 5 out there in center field. Pitch from Mahler. And that is Suadice. I'll re-roll. 3-2 against the righty, strikeout 4, and he got him. Struck out Maddox. Strikeout number 1 for Mahler. He had 54 of them in 81. Not really a strikeout pitcher. That will bring up the shortstop, Luis Aguayo. He's at short tonight, not Boa. 214 average, a homer and 7 RBIs. He got the call at shortstop for the Phillies in this game. Mahler, a 5-1, strikeout 9, and he got him. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Aguayo will have to go back to the bench, and it is a 1-2-3 inning on the Phillies. Phillies trying to stay close with the Pirates, and they are in third place right behind Pittsburgh and St. Louis in the National League East. The Braves have a half-game lead in the National League West. Who knows what can happen, which teams will make the playoffs and which teams will not. That's what the pennant race decides. Center fielder Dale Murphy leads off for the ATL. 247 average, 13 homers, 50 RBIs. A lot of people say he belongs in the Hall of Fame. I really would not argue if you want to put Murphy in the Hall of Fame. I don't think I could argue it. Lefty with the pitch. 4-1. That's at the park. Fulton County Stadium 4-3. And that's going to be a ground out to second. One man down. Second baseman Glenn Hubbard is up next. And he's 235 average, 6 homers, 33 RBIs. Lefty, 4-5. That's hit by pitch. That 15 is way out of there. Hubbard, a 3-3, and that's going to be a ground out to third. So far, both pitchers are off to a decent start. Here's the catcher, Bruce Benedict. 264 average, 5 homers, 35 RBIs for the Braves that year in 81. Carlton, 1-5. That's a blank. He's not tired. Kent Benedict, 2-2. Base hit into right field. That will be a single. And Benedict already gets his first hit, and that is the third hit for the Braves in this game. Shortstop, Rafael Ramirez, 218 average, 2 homers, and 20 RBIs in 81 for the Bravos. Benedict not really a threat to do anything. That 20, though, does allow Carlton to do something. A 1-5 is a balk. A 6-11 is a pickoff. The throw to first. Nope, not in time. Benedict gets back. Carlton will now pitch. 6-1, strikeout plus 4, got him. He buries Ramirez at the plate. Ramirez called strike 3, second strikeout for Carlton, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Bravos. The 2021 World Series champions. They were the 2021 World Series champions this year. Is it possible that the 1981 Braves could become the World Series champions 30 years earlier before the 2021 team? 40 years earlier before the 2021 team does? Well, we have to see first if they can make the playoffs. Top of the third. Leading off for the Phils will be the catcher, Bob Boone. Boone, 211 average, 4 homers, and 24 runs batted in that year. Mahler, 5-6, against a righty, base hit right back through the box. Mahler puts it over the plate, and Boone gets a little bit of it and skirts it into center. That will be a single for Boone. That will bring up the pitcher, Steve Carlton. Lefty hit 134 that year in 81. They're going to bring the corners in. I will call a bunt. But first we'll roll to see if anything happens. That is an 8. Nope. So an automatic bunt will be called. Mahler with the pitch. That is a 3-3. That's at the park, but that is ignored. So now we roll for the bunt. We roll for the bunt. That is bunted right back to the that is a 1, bunted right back to the pitcher. Carlton's bunt rating is a 4. That is a 13. It will be a successful sacrifice bunt. Boone goes to second. Mahler's only play is to first. A nice bunt by Carlton, and there is 1 out on the sacrifice. Peter Rose is next, and he is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. 1 out here in the top of the third. Anything happening on the bases? No. Mahler will make the pitch. A 5-2. That's a walk plus. That 4 will walk Rose. And now the Phillies got something going on here in this inning. Runners at first and second with 1 out. And next batter is McBride. McBride walked his first time up. Infield is at double play depth. Checking the strat. The 18, nothing happening there. Mahler looking in. Now he gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. It is a 6-6. It's a walk. That 15 is going to be too high. McBride, 3-3, and that's a ground ball to short. Let's see if they turn the 2. 2-0-3. Second base for Atlanta, Hubbard is a 0 arm. A 1-3, it's a double play. No, it's going to be a slow rolling grounder to short. The only play is going to be to first. The runners will advance, and that will be 2 outs. As a little nubber to the shortstop, and Ramirez knew the only play he had was to first base. So now runners at second and third with 2 outs. And now can Gary Matthews bring in the runners? Matthews is 0 for 1. Nothing happening on the bases. Mahler looking in, getting set and ready to pitch. It's a 3-1. Error on a throw. Matthews, 3-4. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And Washington's going to get to that. And he will make the catch. And that will end the inning. No runs. A hit for the Phillies, a sacrifice hit, but that was all they could get. Nothing there. And so far, we got some good pitching going on between the two teams. As we go to the bottom of the third. Here at Fulton County Stadium. Leading off for the Bravos will be the pitcher, Rick Mahler. Ricky Mahler hit 148 average that year as a pitcher. Bottom of the third, no score between the 76 World Series, RJL 518 World Series champion Phillies and the 2021 real life World Series champions Atlanta Braves. Carlton, let's see what he's got. 2-2. Home run chance, but Mahler has 0, so that's not going to happen. Mahler, a 2-1, and he just grounds it to second base. So pretty much Carlton threw him here. Here it is. See if you can hit it. And Mahler, well, just really couldn't hit it. 1 out. Dave Gardner joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Digital to Dice podcast, people. Make sure you check out that awesome presentation that Uncle Dave Gardner does. He is one of the best in the business. The man does it all. Big-time hockey fan, loves his hockey, loves football, loves basketball. He just loves sports. So check out Digital to Dice podcast. Mr. Dave Gardner is awesome. And yes, I know you just started playing the PC version of this game. Take your time with it, sir. Trust me, I really think you will like it. I think it's the most exciting baseball tabletop game you can play. Here is Linares. Linares is 1 for 1. He got a base hit his first time up, and I'm not rolling a strat here. Lefty with the pitch. 1-1. Strikeout plus 20. That's going to be too high. Linares against the lefties an 8. A strikeout plus makes him an 18. -1, though, is 17. The 20 is too high. Linares a 1-3, and against the lefty, he hits it right back past Carlton, and that's going to be a base hit for Linares. Linares gets his second hit of the game. He is now 2 for 2. Oh, you're very welcome, Mr. Gardner. Check out Uncle Dave, people. Make sure you watch his channel. There's only if there is a Mount Rushmore of this hobby, Mr. Gardner is on that mountain. And if I had to put 3 others, it would probably be, in my opinion, Al Red Sox fan, ID Jester, and Dave at Baseball Demos. I'm not worthy enough yet to be put on that mountain. Let's see, 1 out, and we got what we got? We got Washington batting. He is 0 for 1. Linares on at first. Double play depth is called. Let's see if anything happening. 6. No, Linares will stay put. Carlton with the pitch. 2-2. That's a home run chance. But Washington against lefties is a 0. I don't have to even check here. That's going to be an automatic blank. Washington will pitch. Will swing, actually. 1-3. Base hit right past first for a single. Washington gets a base hit. Linares' base running rating is a 4. A single past first. No problem. He'll make third easily on that. And Washington holds it first. And now the Braves are in business here. Now runners at first and third with 1 out. And that will bring up Horner. Horner is 1 for 1. He got a base hit his first time up. The Phillies are going to call the infield in. They do not want Linares to score, although Horner does ground out into high double plays, though. But you can always roll that 6. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. The 5, no. And I'm not going to do a hit and run here with Horner. Horner has massive home run power. You let him swing away. Because when you do a hit and run, you cut all these in half, including the home run. Let Horner swing. Lefty with the pitch. 6-3, strikeout 2, and he got him. Struck him out. That's a big K. Strikeout number 3 for lefty. There are 2 down now, and that was a swing and a miss. Horner did not get cheated on the swing. Chambliss is next, and he's 0 for 1. Checking to see if anything on the strat. That is a 1. No, Linares can't come in. Washington could try to steal, but I don't think it makes any sense with Chambliss. I'll let Chambliss swing here. Infield is back. Carlton will make the deal, and that's a 4-5. Hit by pitch. 9 is too high. Chambliss swings 1-1, and that's a fly ball to center field. Lefty's going to get out of it. Maddox gets there and makes the catch easily. And that will retire the side. No runs. 2 hits for the Braves. And both teams are getting base runners, but the pitching is pretty good so far. No score after 3. We go to the top of the 4th inning. This is, remember, the start of the 1981 pennant race. We will only play the teams right now that are in the playoff hunt. Mahler. This was the first game I chose, and I choose my games on the fly when I do the pennant race. I do not schedule the games automatically like I do for the schedule blocks during the regular season so that every team gets seen. But here it's very possible you could see the same teams twice in a row, maybe even 3 times in a row if there is something that needs to be played. I'd rather put it on the board if I can. And yes, I have sometimes done double headers on the last week of the season. Michael Jack Schmidt will lead off, and he is 0 for 1 for the Phils. Mahler with the pitch. 5-5 against a righty, strikeout 6, and he got him. Man, Schmidt having some issues right now with Mahler, and that is the 3rd strikeout for Ricky, and that's the first out. Trio is next, and he is 0 for 1. Mahler looking on, and he will make the pitch. 6-3, that is a blank. Trio will swing 4-5, and that's going to be a base hit right past second, and that will be a single. Hubbard couldn't get to that, and it will be a base hit for Trio. I think this means a bunch of Blue Jays, Mariners, Cubs, and Padre games upcoming. Only if I absolutely need to play them. But no, we will not see those. And no, you will not see my Mets scheduled automatically either. Wah. Trio wanted first, and here is Maddox. Maddox is 0 for 1, infield double play depth. See if anything happening on the bases. That is an 8, and no. Is a hit and run available? No. Mahler will go ahead and make the pitch. 6-3, that's a blank. Maddox, 1-5, that's going to be a ground ball to short. Could they turn another double play? 2-0-3. Second base, Hubbard is a 0. A 1-3, it's a double play. No. Trio will be tossed out at second, and Maddox will make first easily, and that will be out number, that's out number 2. Fielder's choice for Gary Maddox. And the next batter is Aguayo. Aguayo is 0 for 1. Maddox can steal a base. That's an 11, though. He won't be stealing that. Mahler gets set and makes the pitch. 5-4. That is a blank. Aguayo, 4-3. And that's grounded to third, and that'll be taken care of by Horner. He's going to throw to second to get Maddox, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit for the Phils. And we go to the bottom of the 4th here. The Phillies won this game 3-0 historically, so it was a low-scoring game. And right now, inside pitch is pretty much doing a good job here. Leading off for the Braves will be Dale Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 1. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Lefty with the pitch. 1-4, strikeout 5, got him easily, struck him out. Strikeout number 4 for lefty. He makes the pitch there. Here's Hubbard. Hubbard is 0 for 1. Carlton looking in. He gets set and ready to make the deal. 3-2. That's a range play at the park. Fulton County 1-2. And that is a home run to the opposite field. But it is a range play, so first let's see if it gets a homer. Against the left-handed pitcher, Hubbard has a 0, so there's not going to be a homer. So now it's hit to the opposite field. Hubbard is a righty, and the opposite field is the right fielder. So that's a ball now hit the right field. That's hit to McBride. His range is a 2, and he will not get it. And that is going to drop for a single. So Hubbard does get a base hit to right, and he will hold at first. Hubbard did not have any home runs, obviously, against left-handed pitchers that year. Big Clue joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Here's Benedict. Benedict is 1 for 1, got a base hit his first time up. Hubbard, not really a stealing threat, and he doesn't get there. Carlton will make the deal. 6-1, strikeout +1 easily gets Benedict, and that's going to be strikeout number 5 for Carlton, 2 outs. So far, both these teams starting off the pennant race with a pitcher's duel. Here's Ramirez. He struck out his first time up. Nothing for Hubbard. He'll stay put. Lefty will make the pitch. 1-6. That's a wild pitch. That 9 is going to be good, and that will send Hubbard to second. A wild pitch by Carlton. And that is his first. Wild pitch by Carlton. Now we'll re-roll the strategy again. And again, Hubbard stays put. Hubbard now at second. A base hit by Ramirez could bring him in. Carlton, 5-6. Strikeout 2, no problem. He struck him out. Carlton strikes out the side, although he did allow the base hit. But strikeouts 4, 5, and 6. And Carlton is dealing. No runs and a hit for the Braves. No score after 4. I made a rhyme. Starting off this 1981 pennant race. Which teams will make the postseason and which teams will have to wait for the next RJL 518 season replay, which, of course, you guys decide upon for the next season. Top of the 5th, it will be Bob Boone leading off for Philly, and he's 1 for 1, got a base hit his first time up. Mahler, a 3-3, that's at the park. Fulton County Stadium, 1-3, and that is a blank. We got a rare play. So rare play with the bases empty, and a 3-3, and it's going to be here. A grounder to shortstop who throws in the dirt, making the first baseman scoop the ball. Resolve play using a range play check for the first baseman to see if he scoops the ball, batter out, otherwise E6, 1 base. So it's grounded to short, and he throws to first. The first baseman is Chambliss. His range is a 4, and he makes the play, out number 1. Chambliss gets a thrown in the dirt, but Chambliss gets it, and that is the first out. And that just goes as a grounder to short. Nice play by Chambliss to scoop it out of the dirt. Carlton is up next. He's 0 for 1. We sacrificed his last time up. Mahler, 3-1. That's an error on a throw. Carlton, 1-4. And that's a ball hit to center field. That's a 7. And Carlton goes ahead and smacks a double into center field. Carlton did bat 134 that year. Must have had at least a double or a couple of doubles, maybe even a triple. and Carlton gets himself a double, and he's on second. Sometimes you can't count out the pitcher, and Carlton is on second. Charlie Hustle is next, and he is 1 for 1. Singled, and he walked. Carlton, I don't think, is a threat to do anything. Mahler will concentrate on Peter Rose. Mahler, 4-5. That is a blank. Rose, 3-1, and that's a ground ball to short. The throw's going to go to first for out number 2. The only way Carlton can get to third is on a 1, and that he stays put. So he stays put. That's a ground out to third. Or rather, ground out to short. Either way, ground out to short. So 2 men out. And the next batter is McBride. McBride is 0 for 1. Is Mahler doing anything concerning Carlton? Nope. And Carlton, of course, he has an attempt rating of N, so not doing anything even on the 1. Mahler will pitch. 3-2 against a lefty. That's a blank. McBride will swing. 1-3, and it's a ground ball to second base. Glenn Hubbard will take it and toss it over to first, and the side is retired again. No runs, a hit by the Phillies, as Carlton gets himself a double, but they can't bring him in. And we got a pitcher's duel here between Carlton and Mahler, and I'm not surprised. Mahler had a 2.8 ERA. Carlton was 2.4. We're halfway through this game with no score. I made another rhyme. Speaking of Ricky Mahler, he leads off the bottom of the 5th, and he's 0 for 1. Carlton, he'll get set and make the pitch. 3-2, range play at the park. Fulton County Stadium, 1-1. That's a ground ball to third, and that ball is hit to Schmidt. Schmidt's range is a 5, but he's not going to get it, and that's going to get by him, and it's going to go down the line, and Ricky Mahler's going to get a double of his own. Just out of Schmidt's range, his range is a 5, it's a 6, and then on a 5 or a 6 of the double, hits it down the line, Mahler gets a double. As Rick Mahler says, I can do it too there, lefty, and he will head to second. The Braves get the leadoff man at second base. Linares is next, and he's 2 for 2 tonight. He has 2 singles. That's a 15. Mahler actually does have stolen base attempt, but he has a 0 here, which tells me they probably used him for a hit and run maybe once in a while. Lefty, he will pitch. 4-1. That's at the park. Fulton County Stadium, 3-3, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. And getting under that will be Matthews, and that's out number 1. And a fly out to left. Mahler's base running rating is a 1. Fly out to left, -3. He's not going anywhere. He'll stay at second base. And that is 1 out. Washington is next. And he is 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. Nothing happening on the bases. Carlton will settle in for Washington. Runner at second for the Braves. Lefty, 3-5. Walk plus that 3 will walk him. And now runners at first and second. Second consecutive time that Washington reaches base, this time on a walk. And now the very dangerous Bob Horner. Horner 1 for 2, but he's a big-time home run hitter. Infield is at double play depth. Anything on bases? No. Lefty in a little bit of trouble now here on the bottom of the 5th. Pitch from Carlton. 1-3 against a righty. That's a blank. Horner, 5-2, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. A ground ball to third. Let's see where it was hit. And that was right at the third baseman. Choice of force only at third, or try for second to first double play. They will try for the double play. Double play rating 4-0-5. Second base is Trio. He has a 0. A 1-5, it's a double play. And it is third base to second base to first base. side retired, another twin killing. The ball was hit right at Schmidt, and this time he does make the play and tosses it to second. The only way the double play wouldn't have worked if it was on a 6. And that ends the inning. Wow, Horner grounds out into a twin killing there. No runs, 1 hit, and it stays 0-0. And that was the third double play in the game. 2 by Atlanta, and the Phillies have 1 as well. That was a line-out double play. So far we have this pitchers duel, which I kind of expected between these two pitchers. Top of the 6th. Let's see. Mahler can pitch to 26 batters. He's still pretty strong. So let's see how long he can go. Gary Matthews leads off for the Phils. He is 0 for 2. Mahler looking on, and he'll make the pitch. 6-3. That is a blank. Matthews 3-3, and that's going to be a fly out to left. 1 quick out. And now we have Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt is lined out into a double play and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Mahler 3-3. That's at the park. Fulton County Stadium 2-3. And that is again going to be another rare play. So we'll check rare play. Base is empty. And it's a 2-1. First baseman chases foul ball into stands. Resolve as a P3 range play. Chambliss's range is a 4. And he's got it. He makes the catch for the out. But now we have to check for an injury to the first baseman. So Schmidt is out. Schmidt is out, and that is a pop out to third. The first baseman, of course, is Chambliss. His injury rating is a 0, but he could still go out. So on a 1, 2, or 3, he's fine. It is a 4. He is out for the game. So the Braves just lost Chris Chambliss for the remainder of the game. Remember, these are as-played lineups. The only time injuries really take effect is in the playoffs, but only as-played lineups. So Chambliss is gone, and I got to bring in another first baseman. And believe it or not, there is no other first baseman on the bench. So believe it or not, Dale Murphy is going to have to move to first. So timeout here as Chambliss is out of there for a moment. So timeout on the scorecard. So Murphy's going to move to first base because he can actually play the position. So Murphy moves to first. And that means that I need a center fielder now, since Murphy was in center field. So that I can do, I believe. And coming on to take over at center field is going to be Eddie Miller. So Eddie Miller will take over at center field as Dale Murphy will go to first. Murphy is a 3. Let's see. He is a 3-0 at first. It's a 3-0 at first base. And Miller takes over at center, and he is a 2-0-0. Okay, so still 2 outs here after the injury to Chris Chambliss. He will be done for the game. And that will bring up Manny Trio. Trio is the next batter. Trio is 1 for 2. Mahler will go ahead and make the pitch. Mahler, a 4-1. That's blank. Trio, a 3-5, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. Linares will get to that one with ease. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mahler as the Phillies are just being shut down here by Mahler. And that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still no score in this first game of the 1981 pennant race. Carlton will get back on the mound. And speaking of Eddie Miller, he will lead off. Eddie Miller is in center field, 231 average, no homers and 7 RBIs in 81. Switch hitter. Carlton will go ahead and make the pitch. 5-4. That's a walk. That 16 is high. Miller, 5-1. Base hit right past the second baseman. Miller comes in and gets a single. Leadoff single for the Braves. And now we'll see the dangerous Dale Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 2. Miller, definitely a stealing threat. And the infield is double play deft. Miller has a 16 attempt rating. And it's an 18. He does not get the jump, believe it or not. So Carlton holds him. Murphy will not bunt. He will swing. Lefty the pitch. 4-3. That's a strikeout. 6. Got him. He strikes out Murphy for his 7th K of the game. Murphy goes down. That will bring up Hubbard. Hubbard is 1 for 2. Got a base hit and a wild pitch moved him to second later. Does Miller get the jump this time? Yes, he does. And I'm going to send him. 16 minus 1 is 15. Catcher for the Phillies, Boone. Plus 2 is a 17. And there goes Miller. A 1-17. He's safe at second. And he is. He slides another tag with a 14. And he is safe. Stolen base from Miller. And now could he steal third? In order to get that, he needs a 16 minus 1 is 15. He needs a 7 or lower to get the jump. Nope, that's a 20 though. Carlton turns around, fires to second. A 1-5 is a balk. A 6-11 is a pickoff. And Miller got back. Wow, we've got some excitement on the bases in this game. Now Carlton will pitch to Hubbard. Carlton, 1-2. Wild pitch, 11. No, but it's a possible pass ball. Boone's pass ball rating is a 1. Nope, that's going to get by Boone. That's going to be his fault as it gets by him, and Miller goes to third. A pass ball on Bob Boone. Carlton made a good pitch, but Boone makes the mistake, and it gets by him, and now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. The Phillies will now call the infield in. And now Hubbard. Now Miller attempting to steal home. He needs a 2 or lower. Nope, he'll stay put. A lot of people say hardly anybody tries to steal home. I've been waiting for an opportunity to do it just because somebody said, you never steal home. Well, Carlton will pitch. 2-5. That's an error on a grounder. Hubbard, 5-3. And that is a ground ball to third. The ball is hit to Schmidt. His error rating is a 10. That's a 12. He will not make the error. He will not make an error. Now, Eddie Miller's base running rating is a 5. The infield is in and makes him a 6. Infield makes him a 3. I'm going to send Miller. The Braves are going to take a chance. Miller's going to come home. Hubbard is going to go to first. The throw is going to come to the plate. A 1, 2, or 3. Miller is a 1, 2, 3, or 6. Miller is safe. It is a 1, and the throw comes to the plate. Not in time. Miller scores, and Hubbard's on at first. Stadium cheers. Yay! And the Braves finally break through, and it's 1-0. And that goes as a single since the throw was made to the plate. That goes as a single, and he gets there for Hubbard, so it goes like an infield single. So Hubbard's on at first. That was his second hit. He has an RBI, and the Braves now have the lead. And here is Benedict. Benedict is 1 for 2. Hubbard not doing anything at first. Lefty will make the pitch. 1-6. Wild pitch again, but the 20 is high, ball 1. Carlton will do again. 2-2. That's a home run chance. Benedict a righty, a 1-9. The 8 is good. Against the lefty, Benedict is a 20. Well, don't need to worry about it, people. Kaboom! Boom! High, deep, gone! 2-run homer, Bruce Benedict. As he smacks that one clean over the center field fence. Stadium cheers. Yay! Steve Carlton had a home run chance, and you go to this here first there. Benedict was a righty, a 1-9, and the roll is an 8. You then go to Bennett to see if Carlton makes a mistake. Now he made the mistake. Against the lefty, Benedict hits a 20. You don't have to roll unless there was a adjustment here at home runs. Benedict goes ahead. Carlton pitched Benedict a meatball. He put the tomato sauce, the ricotta cheese, and the green peppers and sausage on it and turned it into lasagna. 3-0 Braves. And Carlton has unraveled a little bit here in the bottom of the 6th. The next batter is Ramirez. Ramirez has struck out twice and still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Benedict homers and has eggs to celebrate. Yes, eggs Benedict. Carlton will make the pitch. 3-5. That's a walk plus. That's 16. Will walk Ramirez. It will walk him. Ramirez becomes a 19 on a walk plus. And Carlton has suddenly lost all control here. A single, a stolen base, a pass ball, another base hit, and a home run here. And now the Braves with a 3-0 lead, which was a score the Phillies had when they won this game. Mahler is the next batter. Mahler is 1 for 2. He has a double. Mahler can pitch to 26 batters. He has 3 batters left before facing it. I'm probably going to let him bunt here. So the corners are going to come in expecting a bunt. Ramirez, however, is a stealing threat, but that 10 is too high. Carlton will make the pitch. 6-1. Strikeout plus. Now on a bunt, that's still done, but it's halved. Mahler is a 12. Strikeout plus makes it a 22. But on a bunt, you divide that by 2, makes him 11. That's a 7. He still struck out Mahler, so Mahler bunts it foul for strike 3. And that is the 8th strikeout for Carlton. Maybe I could have let Mahler swing there, but I just felt maybe I can move Ramirez into scoring position. 2 outs. And now the batter is Linares. Linares is 2 for 3, having a good night tonight. Ramirez, nothing doing there. He'll stay put. Lefty will hit the pitch. 6-5 against a righty. That's a blank. Remember, white die is being read first in this game. Linares, 2-3, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. Trio will take it, and he will throw to first to retire the side. 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 stolen base, 1 passed ball, and a 2-run bomb by Bruce Benedict after 6. The Braves now have a 3-0 lead. These games during the pennant race are important. A win, 1 win or 1 loss on the board could mean anything here in this month of September of 1981. We go to the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Phillies will be Gary Maddox. Maddox is 0 for 2. Mahler pitching very well so far. Pitch from Mahler, 3-2 against the righty. Strikeout 7. He got him, struck him out. Maddox is a 9, -1 is 8. That 7 was good. And a strikeout for Mahler, and that is his 4th. 4th K for Mahler. And now the batter is Aguayo. Aguayo is 0 for 2. Mahler with the pitch. 5-2. That's a walk plus. That 11 will walk Aguayo. and he will head to first. Walk plus and strikeout plus means you add 10 to the batter's strikeout and walk ratings. So Aguayo on it first now, a chance for Bob Boone. Boone is 1 for 2. Infield at double play depth, and of course we have one out. Am I rolling a strat? Yes, I am. Aguayo will not get a steal, will not get a jump. Mahler will concentrate on Boone. Pitch from Mahler. 4-6. That's blank. Boone. 4-2. Against the righty. Boone slaps one into left field, and that's going to drop for a double for Boone. Aguayo's base running rating is a 4. Double to left to get to home. -1 is 3. Linares has a 0 arm. A 1-3 on the white die. Aguayo scores. 4-5 he holds. A 6-1. A 6 on the white die and a 1-2-3 on the blue die. There could be an out. It is a 4-4. Aguayo holds at third. And Boone gets a big double. Runners at second and third now. He does not score, but a double by Boone. And now the Phillies looking to try if they can go ahead and get some in there. Steve Carlton is due to bat. He will be taken out as they will bring in a pinch hitter, and that is it for Carlton. The Phillies will go to the bench, and of course, it has to be the most at bats at the handedness I want to use. So coming on to pinch hit for the Phillies will be Larry Bowa. Bowa had a 283 average and 31 RBIs. Bowa will pinch hit against Mahler. Runners at second and third. The Braves are going to call the infield in. Aguayo's got good speed. And Mahler is now tired. And that's going to be it for Mahler. He is done. The Braves know they need wins. Mahler pitching a shutout, but he is now tired, and that will be it for Mahler as well. The Braves will go to the bullpen, and they are probably going to bring out a lefty against Bowa. Coming on to pitch for the Braves will be Al Hrabosky. 1 win, 1 loss, a save, a 1.07 ERA. He can pitch to 5 batters. So be about there. So Al Hrabosky will be the second Atlanta pitcher. He will pitch to Bowa. Runners still infield in. We're in the top of the 7th, 3-0, but now the Phillies are threatening. Anything on strategy? That is a 2. No play. Hrabosky will make the pitch. 6-2 against the switch right. That's a blank. Bowa will swing. 5-5, and it's a ground ball to second base. It's a grounder to second. Aguayo's base running rating becomes a 2 with the infield in, and they're not going to send him. The throw will go to first to get Bowa, and that will be out number 2. They're not going to send Aguayo because you got a pretty good batter coming up here in Pete Rose. So a grounder to second, the runners will hold with the infield in. Now the infield goes back. And now here's Pete Rose. Rose is 1 for 2, singled and walked and grounded out. Hrabosky will pitch to Rose. Nothing on the strat roll. Can the Braves get out of the inning? Runners at second and third. Phillies trying to get a run. Pitch from Hrabosky. 2-6. He will get out of it. It's an automatic out. And it's going to be a ground ball to second base. Up with it is Hubbard. He has it. Throws to first. Side retired again. The Phillies are stymied. No runs, a hit. And the Phillies cannot get anyone in. A big time as Hrabosky gets out of the jam. Stadium cheers. Yay! We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we have 10-minute ticker coming up after the game. And we're still doing 1 day per 3 days of baseball until September 15th. Our next telecast will be tomorrow, and it will be September 4th. And we got a good matchup in the American League as the Detroit Tigers will take on the Texas Rangers. It will be Milt Wilcox for the Tigers and Doc Medich for the Rangers. The Tigers and the Rangers are both in third place at this moment in their respective divisions. Detroit, though, has a 6-game lead on Cleveland for third place, but Detroit is only 4 games back of the Yankees in Boston to catch up in the American League East. The Texas Rangers at 40-34, they are 2 back of California for second, and they have a 2-game lead on the White Sox for third. So, of course, after 10-minute ticker tonight, we'll see how much that changes. So a big matchup in the American League. The Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers from Arlington. Milt Wilcox against Doc Medich. That will be tomorrow night's inside pitch pennant race game. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And leading off for the Braves is going to be Claudel Washington. They have left-right switch coming up, and it looks like they're going to it looks like the Phillies will go with a lefty in the bottom of the 7th. So coming on to pitch for the Phillies will be Sparky Lyle. 9 wins, 6 losses, 2 saves. A 4.44 ERA that year. Not one of his better years ERA-wise. But Sparky Lyle, of course, from the old Yankees teams and such, he will be the second Philly pitcher. Claudel Washington leads off. He is 1 for 2. Bottom of the 7th. Lyle with the pitch. 1-3 blank. Washington. 3-6 against the lefty. Base hit. A single for Washington as he hits it off of Lyle, and the Braves get the leadoff man on base. Second hit of the game for Claudel, and he will hold the first. And the next batter will be Bob Horner. Horner is up next. He's 1 for 3, and Horner, a definite hitting machine. He is 1 for 3 in this game, though. Infield double play depth. I am still using strategy. That is a 7, and Washington staying put. No hit and run. Lyle will go ahead and pitch to Horner. 1-3, that is a blank. Horner will swing. 1-2, and that's a ground ball to third. Let's see if they turn to 4-0-5. Second base is Trio as a 0 arm. The only way they don't get a double play is on a 6. It is a 4. Third base to second base to first base. 2 outs. Horner grounds out into another 5-4-3 double play. 2 down. Second 5-4-3 he's hit into. Miller is next. He came in for the injured Chambliss. Miller is 1 for 1. Singled, stole a base, passed ball, moved him over, and he scored. 2 outs here. Lyle with the pitch. 2-2, that is blank. Miller, 6-6, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Bate McBride will get under it, and he will put it away for the out. No runs, a hit for the Braves. The Braves have gotten a hit in every single inning of this game. They lead 3-0 after 7. Eighth inning coming up. Let's see. Leading off is Bake McBride, and Roboski will pitch to him, and they'll probably bring in a right-hander to pitch the next few batters. McBride is 0 for 2. Top of the 8th, 3-0 Braves. That was the score of the Phillies winning this game 3-0 historically. Roboski, 6-3. Strikeout plus 4. Got him. He gets a K on McBride, and that's out number 1. Next batter is Matthews, and that's going to be it for Roboski, as the Braves will go with a right-hander now. So let's see who they want to bring in to pitch as a righty, and they will go with, it's not a save situation yet, so they're going to go with Gene Garber. I can usually always skip over the player with the most saves until the 9th. Here's Gene Garber. He'll come in and pitch for Atlanta. 4 wins, 6 losses, 2 saves, a 2.61 ERA. Garber will come on to pitch, and Gary Matthews will lead it off. Garber becomes the 3rd Braves pitcher. Garber will make the pitch. A 6-3 against a righty. That's a blank. Matthews, 5-3, and that's a base hit past the second baseman for a single. Matthews will hold it first. Matthews gets his first hit of the game. And now the very dangerous Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt is 0 for 3. He's not had a good game so far. Infield a double play depth. Strategy rolls are now off. Garber will now pitch. 6-3 against a righty. That's a blank. Schmidt swings. 4-6, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Did they turn the 2? 3. -1 is 2. +1 is 3. Second base is Hubbard, a 0. A 1-3, it's a double play. No, Matthews will make it to second base. The only play was to get Schmidt at first for the second out. So ground out to short. And now the chance is for Trio. Has Garber got his 76 ring yet? Yes, he did. He did get his ring, I think, in an earlier matchup. Trio is 1 for 3. Of course, Garber from the 76 Phillies, who won my World Series in the 76 replay. Matthews on at second. Trio now the batter. Pitch from Garber. 6-6. That's a possible error. Trio. 5-4. That's a fly ball to right field. That ball is hit to Washington. The only way he can have an error is on a 1. That's a 12. He'll make the catch. Side retired. No runs, a hit for the Phillies. Atlanta pitching, really shutting down this lineup today. It remains 3-0 in favor of the Bravos. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Leading off is Dale Murphy, and Lyle will go back, will head to the showers. The Phillies will bring in a right-hander here. And they will go with Ron Reed. 5 wins, 3 losses, 8 saves, a 3.08 ERA. Ron Reed will now be the third Philly pitcher. And the dangerous Dale Murphy is up. As I said, if you want to put Murphy in the Hall of Fame, I'm not going to argue. Murphy, however, not having a Hall of Fame night, though. He's 0 for 3. Reed with the pitch. 4-6. Wild pitch. Ball 1. 5-1. Strikeout 7. Got him. And that's the hat trick on Dale Murphy. Had struck out 3 times tonight. Not a good night for the Murph. Hubbard is next. He's 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles, and he's scored once. Reed will make the pitch. 1-3, error on a grounder. Hubbard, 2-3, And that's going to be not an error. That's going to be a slow rolling grounder to third. That's a possible infield single. That's picked up by Schmidt. Hubbard's base running rating is a 5. The throw to first is not in time, and Hubbard will beat the throw. It will be an infield single for Hubbard. Hubbard, now that's his third hit tonight. He's got 3 base hits. He's 3 for 4 as Hubbard legs out an infield single as Schmidt couldn't get him out. And there is one out now with a runner on first. Infield goes double play depth. And a nice cheer here from the crowd here at Fulton County as Bruce Benedict comes up to the plate. He belted a 2-run bomb. He's 2 for 3. No strategy rolls. The strategy rolls are off. Hubbard looking to get in there. Benedict. Reed's got to be careful. Benedict does not hit many homers, though, against right-handers. Reed with the pitch. 1-1. And speaking of that, that's a home run chance. Against a righty, a 1-8. The 5 is good. Benedict's going to get a chance. His home run rating is a 2 against righties. Does Bruce, he's got a 10% chance to hit his second home run tonight. Does he do it? No, it's a 14, too high. He gets a 4-1. He does hit a deep fly ball to center field, but that's going to die out there, and it's going to be out number 2 as a fly out to center. Hubbard stays at second base, and Reed wipes his brow knowing he made a mistake on Benedict, but Benedict slams his bat in the ground knowing he probably should have hit that one out too. 2 outs now. The batter is Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 2. Struck out twice and walked. Reed will make the pitch. 5-2. That's a walk. The 14, though, is high. Ramirez, 3-4, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. Schmidt will get to this one. He's going to throw to first to get Ramirez, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit for the Braves. The Braves have gotten a hit in every single inning. After 8, though, the Braves still have a 3-0 lead here on the Fightin' Phils. What a pitcher's duel to start off the pennant race with. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Leading off for the Phillies in the 9th will be Gary Maddox. Question is, will Garber pitch to him? And I think the answer will be no. The Braves are going to take Garber out, and they're going to bring in their closer to make sure they get this game over with. And we have the 4th Braves pitcher coming in. Coming in to pitch for the Braves will be Rick Camp. 9 wins, 3 losses, 17 saves, a 1.78 ERA. One of the better relief pitchers in 81. A very good season for Rick Camp. Maddox will lead off against Camp. Top of the 9th, 3-0 Braves. Camp, 3-4, strikeout 11. That's too high. Maddox, a 5-6, and it's a base hit into center field, and Maddox gets a single. Maddox gets the leadoff hit, and he will head to first. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 closing inning at RJL 518? I think not. Next batter is Luis Aguayo, and we may see a pinch hitter for him. Aguayo was the shortstop. Question is, do I have another shortstop? Because I already used Boa. Yes, I do. So taking over at shortstop is going to be Ramon Aviles, but he's not going to bat. And coming on to pinch hit for the Phillies is going to be Lonnie Smith. It is the 9th inning. Anybody can come up there. So here's Lonnie Smith. He'll pinch hit for Aguayo. Smith batted .324, 2 homers, 11 RBIs in 81. So now a chance for the Braves here. Infield a chance for the Phillies here. Double play depth, 3-0 Braves. Still no strategy roll. Camp will make the pitch. It's a 5-2. That's a range play. Smith 6-3. That's a star of 6. It's a ground ball to third. The ball is hit to Horner. His range is a 2, but with the infield and double play death, it's a 1. No, they will not make it. And that's going to be a base hit right past Horner for a single. Or will it be? Yes, it's a base hit, a single. Maddox's base running rating is a 3, and he will hold at second automatically. He will not make third on a ball hit past third. And Lonnie Smith keeps it alive. Hockey Unreal joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Welcome, Hockey Unreal. Runners at first and second with nobody out in the top of the ninth. Coming on to bat will be Bob Boone. And timeout on the scorecard real quick, as I got to change Aguayo's stats because he's no longer at short. As now Aviles is taking over if this game goes any further. And he is a 2-0-0. So here's Bob Boone. And do I pull him for a pinch hitter? You know what? Yes, I do. Boone's going to be brought back. At least, or do I want to do that? Yeah, he's going to be brought back. And coming on to pinch hit and take over at catcher will be Keith Moreland. Got to play chess against myself here sometimes. So Keith Moreland will come in and catch. 255 average, 6 homers, 37 RBIs that year in 81. Moreland is a 4.37 plus 1 at catcher. So here's Keith Moreland against Camp. Runners at first and second. Still nobody out. Top of the ninth. Fans here at Fulton County getting a little worried. Camp is the closer. This is his job. Pitch from Camp. It's a 3-1. That's a blank. Moreland will swing. 2-1. Base hit. Center field for Moreland. He gets a single. Maddox's base running rating is a 3. Single to center to get to home. +2 is 5. Center fielder is Miller, has a 0 arm. A 1-5, Maddox will score. A 6 and a 1-2-3 on the blue die. There could be an out. It is a 3-3. Maddox will come in and he will score. Lonnie Smith has a base running rating of 5. That 3 is good for him as well. And he will go to third and Moreland holds it first. It's now 3-1. Stadium groans a little bit. An RBI single, pinch hit single by Keith Moreland. As Camp has come in here and has given up 3 straight base hits. And now the tying run is on base with nobody out in the top of the ninth. And we'll see. And Ron Reed was due to bat, and we'll see a pinch hitter for him. And that is going to be Dick Davis. Davis, a 3.33 average, 2 homers, 19 RBIs. Dick Davis will now pinch it for Ron Reed here in the top of the ninth. It's 3-1. Camp trying to get out of it. Still nobody out. Now the strat rolls are still off. They're going to stay in double play depth and try to get the 2. Lonnie Smith's got great speed at third. Do I want to go to double play depth here? Do I want to go infield in? You got to try for 2 here. They're going to call infield in instead. Camp will now make the pitch for the Braves. 1-3 against the righty. Strikeout +10. Got him! Struck out Davis. Oh, what a time for that to come up. Against a right-handed batter, a strikeout plus, which makes Davis 20. -1 is a 19, and he got Davis. And that is a big K, out number 1. And now the batter is Peter Rose. Charlie Hustle is 1 for 3 tonight. Runners at first and third. Rose does ground out into some double plays. Now they're going to go double play depth, and they're going to take the chance. They're going to take the chance to end the game. Fans here at Fulton County on their feet, hoping Camp can get it done. Still no strategy rolls. Camp with the pitch. It's a 6-6. That's at the park. Fulton County Stadium says 2-1, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Let's see if they do it. 3-0 for second base. Hubbard is a 0. A 1-4. The Braves get out of it. It is a 3. It's good. Picked up there by Ramirez. Throws to Hubbard. Hubbard has it. Pumps once. Pumps twice. Throws to first. That's your game. The Braves hold on and beat the Phillies tonight 3-1 as Pete Rose grounds out into the 6-4-3. Stadium cheers. Yay! 1 run on 3 hits. Rick Camp gets it as Pete Rose grounds out into the double play to end the ball game. A victory for the Braves in a game they historically lost. And it will be a nice win for the Braves tonight. Final line score coming up. For the Braves, 3 runs on 12 hits and no errors. For the Phillies, 1 run on 9 hits and no errors. Rick Mahler winds up getting the win. Steve Carlton takes a tough loss. And Rick Camp got a very, 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 very shaky save, but he got it. And that's all that matters. He got the save. And although Rick Mahler did a heck of a job, the player of the game for me is going to be Bruce Benedict, who got the 2-run bomb that really put the Braves pretty much out of reach here. A nice win for the Braves. Don't go away. 10-minute ticker coming right up. Welcome to the 10-minute ticker brought to you by FastScore Baseball of Replay Sports. So the Braves will go ahead and get the win here on a game that Philadelphia historically won, and that could be huge. Remember, these games on the board do matter in terms of seeding. If there is a tie, overall tie for a seeding spot, games on the board are the tiebreakers. September 1st, we start with Seattle at Baltimore. Let's see, Seattle 14-14, and that's going to be 2 runs. Baltimore a 13-31, and that's 3 runs, and the Orioles will get the win there. California at Boston, big series. California 12-24, and that is 3. Red Sox 10-32. And that is also 3, so we have extras there. California rolls a 3. Their clutch is -3, which is a 0. Boston rolled a 6. Their clutch is +1. It will be the Red Sox that win that game in extras. Detroit at the White Sox. Both teams are still alive. Detroit's in 3rd. The White Sox are right behind the Rangers in the American League West. Detroit a 5-22. And that is 1. The White Sox a 9-62, and that's 6. That's going to be a win for the White Sox. Milwaukee at Kansas City. Milwaukee 9-52, and that's 5. Kansas City 10-51, and that's also 5, so we'll have extras there. Let's see, Milwaukee rolled a 3. Their clutches +1 was a 4. Kansas City rolled a 6. Their clutch is a 0. Kansas City will beat the Brewers. Yankees at Minnesota. Yankees in Minnesota. Let's see. Yankees 11-54, and that is 6. The Twins rolled a 166, and that will win the game for them. That's a 7. Wow, Minnesota beats the Yankees, which means the Red Sox are going to get an extra game ahead on the Yanks. Toronto at Texas. Toronto rolled a 366. That's 8. The Rangers rolled a 17-13, and that's 2. That's a tough loss for the Rangers, losing to the Blue Jays. Montreal and the Reds. Expos 15-65. That's a good roll. That's 9. The Reds a 14-41, and that's going to be 5. The Expos will beat the Reds. Mets and the Astros. My Mets are pretty much done. My Mets are pretty much done. The Astros are not. Mets roll a 232, and that's 2 runs. The Astros a 315, and that's 1 run. Oh, look at that. My Mets get a happy recap on the Astros, and I know when Steeler fan watches this, he will say great. Pittsburgh at the Dodgers. Big series there as well. Pittsburgh rolls a 352, and that's 4. The Dodgers roll a 955, and that is 6. And that's another win for Fernando and the Dodgers. Cubs and the Padres, battle of 2 of last place teams. Cubs a 7-11, and that usually mean good. That's a 0. Padres a 10-32, and they're going to win that game 3-0. Cardinals and the Giants, a key series also as well. Both teams have an 8. Cardinals an 846. That's going to be 4. The Giants an 822, and that is 2. And that's going to be a win for the Cardinals. Moving on to September 2nd. I will say this. I am going by percentages, which will decide the positions of the teams. Yes, this was 1981, and not every team played the same amount of games. Some played 103 games. Some even played 110 games. Percentages will decide the positions. So if there's a team that maybe has a lower amount of wins, but their percentages is higher than a team with a higher amount of wins, the percentage will be the breaker between that. Because not every team in 1981 played the same amount of games due to the strike. Moving on to September 2nd, Seattle at Baltimore. Seattle a 10-16, and that's 2. Baltimore an 863, they'll get a win, and that's 7. California at Boston. California 965, that should give them a win there, that's 8. The Red Sox a 1431, and that's 4. The Angels will get a win there. Detroit at the White Sox. Detroit a 1054, and that is 6. The White Sox a 1955. Interesting year, by the way. That's 8. The White Sox beat the Tigers again. Detroit has not been playing very well lately. Oakland at Cleveland. Big time doubleheader. Game 1. Oakland a 1035, and that's 4. The Indians a 12-22, and that's 2. Win for Oakland in Game 1. Game 2, Oakland 16-21, and that's going to be 3. Cleveland a 10-66, that's going to be 9. And the A's and the Indians will split a twin bill. Milwaukee at Kansas City. Milwaukee 18-52, and that is going to be 7. Kansas City 12-65. That'll give them a 9, and they'll win the game. Yankees at Minnesota. Chance for the Yankees to gain a game back on the Red Sox. Yankees 11-56, and that's 6 runs. Minnesota a 0.45, and that will be 3 runs. And the Yankees get the win. Toronto at Texas. Toronto 0.16, and that is a 0. Texas a 13.51. That'll be good enough to give them a win, and that's going to be 5. Philadelphia at Atlanta. Philadelphia 14.45, and that is 5. The Braves a 12.21, and that's going to be 2, and the Phillies will even that series up. Montreal and the Reds. Tom Seaver on the mound for the Reds. Montreal a 6.62. Wow, that's a good roll. That's 6 runs. The Reds have a 15.56, and that's going to be 7 runs, and the Reds will get that game. Mets and the Astros. The Astros have had issues with the Mets so far. Mike Scott against Bob Nepper. Mets minus 242, and that's going to be 2 runs. The Astros an 8.44, and that's going to be 4 runs. The Astros will win that game. Pittsburgh and the Dodgers. Pittsburgh an 8.45, and that is 4. The Dodgers a 20.52, and that's going to be 7, a win for the Dodgers. Cubs and the Padres, 2 last place teams. Cubs 7.31, that's 3. Padres 12.12, and that's 1. That'll be a win for the Cubbies. Cardinals and the Giants. Cardinals 14.33, and that's going to be 4. The Giants a 9.32, and that's going to be 3, and that'll be a win for the Cardinals. Moving on to September 3rd, Oakland at Baltimore. Oakland at Baltimore. Oakland 11.23. That's 2. The Orioles a 2.41, and that's 3. The O's will beat the A's. Seattle at Boston. Seattle 11. Wow, both teams roll a 66. Seattle 11.66. That's 10. But the Red Sox an 18.66, and that is 12. And the Red Sox will beat the Mariners. Toronto and the White Sox. Toronto 3.56, and that's 5. White Sox an 18.15, and that's 3. And that's going to be a tough loss for the Chi Sox. Yankees and the Royals. Yankees 6.66. Oh, that's 8. And the Royals are 3.23, and that is 1. That I think 3.20. Yep, that's 1, and that'll be a win for the Yankees. Milwaukee and Minnesota. Milwaukee 13.63, and we've got 8. The Twins a 5.55, and that's 5, and a win for the Brewers. Detroit at Texas. We have this game tomorrow. Detroit 12. Ouch. That's only going to be 1. The Rangers are 6.62, and that's going to be 6. That's going to be a win for the Rangers. Cardinals and the Dodgers, big series out there. Cardinals 17.33, and that's 4. The Dodgers are 14.65, and that's going to be 9, a win for the Dodgers. Houston and the Expos. The Astros must take advantage against the Expos. Houston a 5.54, and that is 5. The Expos are 7.33, and that is 3, and the Astros will win that game. Reds and the Phillies, big series. Cincinnati and the Phillies. Cincinnati a 24-24. Wow, okay. That's only 5 runs. The Phillies are 13.31, and that's going to be 3 runs, and the Reds will beat the Phillies. Pittsburgh and the Padres. Pirates 9.54, and that is 5. The Padres are 12.25, and that's going to be 3. That'll be a win for the Pirates. Cubs and the Giants. Cubs a 2.22, that's 1. The Giants a 10-12, and that's 1. Wow, they tie, so we have to see. We go to extras. Both teams rolled a 6. The Cubs have a 0 clutch. The Giants have a 0 clutch. That means it's a tie, which means San Francisco does win since the home team wins the ties in extra innings. That is all for your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be September 4th. It will be the Detroit Tigers taking on the Texas Rangers. Milt Wilcox will go for the Tigers. Doc Medich will go for the Rangers in a key American League interdivisional battle there, as Detroit still holding on to third place in the AL East. Texas trying to hold on to third place in the AL West. Very important game between the two. So join us there tomorrow as we continue our pennant race. Baby, Hockey Unreal, Mr. Dave Gardner, Big Clue, Philip Reynolds, and Woodman 564. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. And make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. A big win for the Braves tonight. The Phillies made it interesting, but the Braves held on. They beat the Phillies 3-1. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take care.